What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for Life, coming at you on YouTube, and tonight I've got some football focus. The Pittsburgh Steelers and San Francisco 49ers just played in Week 3 of the 2019 NFL season, and once again the Steelers lost. No, this is not a tape on replay of last week's review or the week before's review. Pittsburgh is sitting at 0-3. This was, by all accounts, a must-win game. You hate to speak hyperbolic in the third week of an NFL season. No team really is made or broken by Week 3, but this week coming in was kind of make or break. I mean, Big Ben went down with an injury. We've got a bunch of other things going on. Free safety trade. Sean Davis just went down, so Minkah Fitzpatrick was brought over. Pittsburgh was 0-2. The schedule coming up is tough. You got a young quarterback making his first start. We really had to come out and win this game tonight, and we almost did, but we did not. Final score, San Francisco 24, Pittsburgh 20. If I told you before I cut this video that Pittsburgh got 5 turnovers from San Fran today, Pittsburgh actually created 5 turnovers, you would think Pittsburgh would have won the game. If I had told you that Pittsburgh had 4 first-half turnovers, created 4 first-half turnovers, and wound up with only 50 yards of total offense in the first half, would you believe me? You probably wouldn't. That's what happened. This game started off very much like last week. The defense was on fire. This defense in the first half could not have helped out their young quarterback more. San Fran, in the first 5 drives, had 4 turnovers and a punt. 4 turnovers and 5 drives. 10 minutes in the second quarter, and Pittsburgh already had gotten the ball from San Fran 4 times. And the play calling by Randy Fichtner was so conservative, and just so much of the random shotgun pitch and random shotgun handoff inside, same stuff over and over and over again. The offense just looked dead to rights, but the defense was getting a great pass rush. They were getting physical. They were covering pretty well on the outside. They were creating turnovers. They were tipping balls. They were just in Garoppolo's face the entire day. Second half, much like last week, the offense started to come to life and actually make some plays, tossing the ball downfield, trying to stretch the defense and get the top off the conservative defense. And finally, once the offense started scoring, the defense started giving up touchdown drive after touchdown drive and couldn't stop anybody. So very much like last week, it was a story of 2 halves, where the defense played great and the offense played bad. Then in the second half, the offense got a little better and the defense got a lot worse. So this team has got more holes than Swiss cheese. There's a lot of stuff to go over. Let me just kind of give you guys the rundown of stats first, as I always do. Mason Rudolph in his first start, 14 of 27, not great there. 174, did have 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. So kind of pedestrian numbers, not too great. But with the offense he was given, he was not called to do too much. And with the receivers once again not getting open, and the running game once again not getting going, that's about what you could expect from a pretty young quarterback. James Conner, 13 carries, 45 yards. Nothing special once again today. 1 or 2 runs for 6-7 yards. He might have had 1 10-yard run for his long. He's not looking too explosive. He's not making guys miss like he was. He's not as effective in the receiving game like he was before. He just looks a step slow, and he's not evading tacklers. He's still running hard, but he's not really getting anywhere. Juju Smith-Schuster, 3 catches, 81 yards, and 1 touchdown. Out of the 81 yards, he got 75 of those yards on 1 play, so otherwise he would have had 2 catches for 6 yards. Deontay Johnson making his first start. Dante Moncrief was benched today. He was inactive. He did not play at all. Good move, Steelers. Deontay Johnson was moved to the number 2 receiver in his spot. 3 catches, 52 yards, and 1 touchdown. Again, most of that came on 1 play. There was a 38-yard play or something like that. So most of it came on 1 play. Otherwise, he had 2 catches for 15 yards. So that's the pretty much the story of the offense. The offensive line did not play great today. Villanueva didn't play great. The line as a whole did not play great and didn't protect Rudolph all that well. But again, the story of the offense is conservative and pretty bad, consistently bad play calling by Fichtner, being too conservative with a young quarterback, not protecting all that well, but especially running game not getting going, and wide receivers not getting open. Juju caught a contested ball for a long touchdown in the second half. Deontay Johnson made a nice move, catching a backup cornerback looking in the backfield for a long touchdown. James Washington had one play where he beat a guy on a deep ball and he got held and drugged to the ground, so he got a 40-plus yard pass interference call. Those 3 plays were the only 3 plays the offense or the receivers made all day long. So our big 3 made 1 play each, but other than that, nothing much to speak of. Vance McDonald got injured early in, I think, this second or third quarter. So he was out once again. He's been getting injured a lot recently. Been pretty ineffective. He had 2 touchdowns last week, but not much as far as catches or yardage. First game he was invisible. This game he was invisible. Xavier Grimble came in as a backup, didn't do anything as well. I think 1 target for no yards. So no tight end production as well. The backup running backs didn't do much. Jalen Samuel wasn't out there. I think Benny Snell got 2 carries for like 6 yards or something like that. So no halfback production. Not much receiver production at all, so the offense was pretty stagnant. Did make a few of those big plays, like I said, in the second half, but by then the defense was getting tired and falling behind as well. Defensively, there are some big numbers to put up here, mostly in the first half. Devin Bush led the team with 9 tackles and had 2 fumble recoveries. He was making a lot of nice tackles on the edge, on the running backs and the tight ends on short gains. 2 fumble recoveries. That is now 3 in 2 weeks. He has a knack for finding the ball in scrums. He's been doing a nice job getting the ball in turnovers. Good for Devin Bush. T.J. Watt, interception in this game. Also a fumble recovery in this game, and he got off the edge several times. So good pressure and created 2 turnovers. So really nice stuff there by Watt. He is one of the best playmakers on this team and played very consistently well today. Stephon Tuitt once again had a monster game. He had a tip ball, which resulted in a Minkah Fitzpatrick interception, so he helped to create 1 turnover, and then he had a sack as well. And then he had several tackles in the backfield, a couple on a consistent drive where he had 2 in a row, stopping guys at the goal line. So he was a good goal line stand guy. Another sack in this game. That is now 3.5 in 2 weeks, and also caused an interception as well. So Tuitt has been probably our best defensive player so far this season. He's played consistently with fire, and he's gotten a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Bud Dupree as well. Didn't show up in the stat sheet too much. No sacks or anything to mention, but did pressure the quarterback a lot in this game, which caused a lot of errant throws. So very good stuff on Bud Dupree. Minkah Fitzpatrick is already worth that first-round draft pick. He came in here on, Wednesday, I think, and already started today. Had an interception on a tip ball by Joe Hayden, and Joe Hayden was playing defense, and I think it was, like I said, I think it was Tuitt to tip the ball, but Minkah Fitzpatrick had an interception early in the game. Then he came back on, I think, the very next drive and forced a fumble by getting his helmet on the ball. So a forced fumble and a pick today. Also had a couple nice tackles in the middle of the field. His 2 turnovers he created today equal the total that Edmonds and Sean Davis put together had all of last season. In one game today, he had more turnovers than both of our safeties did all of last year. Minkah Fitzpatrick is a star. Welcome to the team. He's going to fit nicely with Tuitt and Hayward and Bush and Watt. There's a lot of stars on this defense, so they shouldn't be playing as bad as they are. I've got to say, defensive coordinator, man, it is time to go. Keith Butler, I called for his firing last year. I called for his firing in the offseason. There's too much talent on this defense. They played so well in the first half, and the offense stalled out. But in the second half, when the offense got going, the defense couldn't stop anybody. They couldn't tackle at all. Lots of problems on the defense. Mark Barron, slow in coverage today. Got beat by a fullback on a 25-yard catch over the middle. Got beat by George Kittle a couple of times, which I know George Kittle's elite, but still, Barron was looking slow. Missed several tackles. I think one was on a slot receiver. One was on Kittle. Just, again, getting beat on wheel routes, getting beat by linebackers, not tackling well, looking slow in coverage. He's not panning out too well so far. I know it's early in the season, and he's getting used to the defense, but he was way behind today. Did not play well at all. Devin Bush missed a few tackles, even though he had 9 for the game. He still needs to shore up his coverage a little bit. Both Mostert and Matt Breida ran pretty well. Both had over 60 yards on us. So tackling and gap control and staying at home was a problem for our front 7 again today. Nelson got beat on a few things, not too much, 1 or 2 plays. Same with Hayden. Nothing horrible in the secondary, Mike Hilton got beat quite a few times. I would put him in the Mark Barron category for today. He did not play all that well, getting beat by, I think it was Deebo Samuel. Got him on a few, and I think Goodwin got him on one. So Hilton didn't play all that well. Man, third down conversions. I think we were with 3 of 12 today, or 4 of 12 today. It's been a weakness all season. It was an evident weakness in this game today. Mark Barron had a big penalty down in the red zone, which would have given us the ball. San Fran would have had to kick a field goal, but Barron got a stupid holding penalty in the end zone, causing San Fran to get a first down and then get the go-ahead touchdown. That's a huge problem. James Conner, when we had the ball back up by 4 points, or 3 points, Conner fumbles the ball back to San Fran in our territory. So not only was he not effective today in running the ball or receiving the ball, but he fumbled in a crucial time in the fourth quarter in our zone. Ball protection's been an issue for him. So Hilton, Fichtner, third down conversions, Barron, Conner, lots of problems. Wide receivers, play calling, Keith Butler. We have all kinds of issues on this team. We're 0-3. The schedule's not going to get any easier, folks. We do have Cincinnati at this point. But it's easy to say, I think, with 0-3 and all these holes and the tough schedule ahead, I think maybe our season's over. Only, 6 teams in the history of the NFL have ever gone 0-3 and still made the playoffs? And it's not looking too good with the backup quarterback and injuries and all this stuff. We don't know Vance McDonald if he's coming back. At one point, Hayward was laying on the field and didn't return in the game, so we don't know what his status is. So we got a bunch of issues here, guys. Tell me in the comments below what you think for the rest of the season. Who did you like and dislike in this game? What are you looking forward to next week, and who are you watching? Tell me in the comments below, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.